Hey there! Welcome to Apple World Lil Tay, whose genuine name is Claire. Eileen Kehoe acquired conspicuousness in 2018 as a questionable web character and rapper known for her reckless way of behaving, extreme way of life, and provocative language. Notwithstanding being extremely youthful at that point, she professed to be the most youthful flexer of the 100 years and frequently displayed extravagant things in her recordings, making a persona that some saw as engaging and others found worried because of her age. Lil Tay's online presence was encircled by discussion, with claims that her substance was arranged or controlled by grown-ups in the background, and concerns were raised about her prosperity and childhood. Over the long run, her web-based movement has dialed back, and she has generally vanished from the public eye. Throughout the course of recent hours, there has been stunning news that she and her sibling have both died. Since the news broke, the whole web has been left stunned and confounded, as she is just 14 years old. It doesn't actually add up. The person Lil Tay has been on arrest beginning around 2018 with her last post committed to Tentacion, yet yesterday was the point at which her folks posted it. Is with overwhelming sadness that we share this staggering fresh insight about our dearest Claire's unexpected and lamentable passing. We have no words to communicate the agonizing misfortune and indefinable agony. This result was completely surprising and has left us all in shock. Her sibling's passing adds a much more unbelievable profundity to our sadness. During this season of monstrous distress, we benevolently request security as we lament this mind-boggling misfortune, as the conditions encompassing Claire and her sibling's passing are still being scrutinized. Claire will remain everlastingly in our souls, her known attendance leaving an indispensable void that will be felt by all who knew and cherished her. Since this post has been delivered, individuals are obviously addressing how both Claire and her sibling died at precisely the same time, as there has been an exceptionally poisonous past, including their folks in guardianship. It has been claimed that there was a streamed ski episode, including the pair, that turned out badly in Canada. This news story was posted 4 days prior. A 14-year-old young lady passed on in a streamed ski impact. 3 other youth were involved in that crash. One would accept that her sibling could have been one of the other youth, perhaps the one that she slammed into. Furthermore, he either surrendered to his wounds a couple of days after the fact or he ended his life thus. Here is the last piece of the riddle. Many individuals are conjecturing that she didn't really die, yet her father was examined concerning it, and he wouldn't affirm whether she kicked the bucket. In any case, Lil Tay has not been referenced as the casualty in any of the sources. Various web-based clients invalidated the talk by bringing up that there isn't any hard verification to support their affirmations. What adds significantly more disarray? Christopher Trust, the dad of Lil T, would not say, assuming the youthful rapper died. Given the intricacies of the ongoing conditions, I'm at the point where I can't authoritatively affirm or excuse the authenticity of the assertion given by the family. The circumstances call for careful thought and regard for the responsive qualities included. My responsibility stays zeroed in on conveying refreshes that are both dependable and fittingly planned. What is very concerning is to consider Lil T's true Instagram page. Whoever posted the message wasn't her dad, and how could he have all the relevant information on the circumstances? It doesn't make any sense. Moreover, past administrator Harry Tsang asked for mindful thought, but expressed that he couldn't affirm or disprove the report. As per the specialists, there is no record of Lil T's clear trust or her siblings' passing. Furthermore, somebody sent a question into chat that brought about a sentence that was almost indistinguishable from the tribute that was posted on her Instagram. All that is said about this is obscure. Soon after this emerged, an Instagram page by the name Ends was presented on Instagram, which has grabbed the eye of millions of individuals with the subtitle, "Be clear, I'm not dead." I no longer approach the Lil TJ Instagram account. My sister and I were winning our case. It was only 2 or 3 days before we got everything back, all her virtual entertainment and the emergent reality. Me and Tay are not dead. We don't approach the record. Our folks need to get rid of us off the web, however, we won't disappear. This is our new record. For the time being, they're spreading deception. We're not dead. They're the ones in particular that approach the record. Try not to trust it. Our folks took everything and they mishandled Tay hard. All we ask is that you share this post with your story and follow this record. More updates in 2 or 3 hours. Obviously, before you accept it's genuine, this is the web and individuals will do anything for consideration. However, these days back in 2018, Lil Tay's sibling presented on her Instagram a troubling video where he expected to track down subsidizing for protection. As per him, Lil to his dad was genuinely and intellectually oppressive. In the wake of blaming Trust and his significant other Hanny for physical and psychological mistreatment, her sibling Jason made a GoFundMe mission to attempt to raise $19,000 for Lil Tay, endeavoring to make sense of why we should non-appearance on the web. Jason, who isn't Trust's child, composed my sister Tay has been quiet via online entertainment for the past 3 years since her non-attendant dad, Chris Trust, served my mom a court request requesting command over Tay's cash, vocation, and guardianship. What's more, accordingly, the court requested that my sister get back to Vancouver, Canada. He likewise mentioned, through a court request, keeping her from standing in opposition to reality. Jason then, at that point, asserted that Trust had taken a large number of dollars from the rising star for her own advantage. Angie Chan and Chris Trust were given shared guardianship of Tay in October 2018. In spite of the fact that Chris Trust was allowed finished power over the youngster's legitimate issues, Chris made sense of Hollywood life. At the point when my girl's web-based entertainment started to become famous online this year, I couldn't help contradicting a large portion of the virtual entertainment action. I found lawful ways to stop things that I felt were risky to her physical and psychological well-being and to her future. I don't figure a 10-year-old young lady ought to be placed in those circumstances and made to exit school with the goal that she can bring in cash for others. Every other person engaged in this present circumstance is spurred by cash and the chance of bringing in cash off of my girl. I'm not quarreling over cash. I'm battling for my girl, for her joy, and for her future. Quick forward to an Instagram story in 2021, which left many concerned. A dark screen with the subtitle, "We have terrible news about Tay tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST." Albeit nothing followed. The larger part of the response to this news has left individuals in complete shock, with posts like this looking so off base. I definitely realize we can all be haphazardly 13. However, the entire thing about her being taken advantage of and their folks behind them is so odd. Nah, I feel like they did something filthy to her. Ordinarily, I'm not into paranoid fears, but rather, this is strange. She was found by Rice Gum, as was, at that point, demonstrated, and her notoriety would immediately turn out to find lasting success via online entertainment at that point. Back in 2017, she would streak her cash, chains, and every one of her vehicles, which she was unable to try and drive. Rice Gum was streaming last evening and responded to this stunning news. Her folks never believed that they were on the web to start with. They could think they understand what's best for them. So they're like, you gotta set off for college. You have to do this. The web stuff is an exercise in futility, despite the fact that they can bring in cash and stuff.